Are you ready for today's challenge? Go ahead, gather your supplies, and meet me at the art table.
All right, let's get started on today's painting. Now, I feel like going to a place where I can just hear the water running and splashing and just looking at waterfalls. So, how about we paint a waterfall? So first what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make like a little mountain or rock where the waterfall is coming from. So about halfway point of the paper, I want you to make a line, but add a little bit of a dip here, right? Sort of in the middle, but a little more to the side. You see, it looks like a little wave. Okay, and then we're going to make the waterfall. It's going to be coming down from here, and then I want you to curve it here. Here will be the land, and then here too. All right, so imagine this being the waterfall. So if you want to make it another way, you can just make a half circle here, and then connect both circles there. All right, now here I'm going to make like a rock or something on the ground, so where my tree is going to be growing from. I'm going to add a tree right here. And I'll also add a moon or a sun. It's going to be right in the middle here right in the middle of my waterfall. Okay? If you need to get a quarter or something round to help you make a nice circle, you can do that. You can just trace it around. All right, this is enough sketching. Let's now start with the sky. Because the waterfall flows up and down, I think this time I'm going to make my sky up and down, which is unusual. I usually go side to side with my sky. And I'm gonna make it a little bit of purple. So blue and red make purple. Mix a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, and then you're gonna see a purple color being formed. But I don't want it to be too dark, so I'll add a little white. So you're gonna see something kind of like this. All right, I'm gonna have some purple. So that's why I said I don't know if this is the sun or the moon, because the sky is a little bit different. I want a little more red into this. And just go up and down. Add a little bit of white. I'm not liking this purple too dark. I want it to be like a light purple. So what I did was blue, red, and some white to make it more like a lavender color. And you see how I'm mixing on my paper or on the canvas, whatever you may have. You do that because what happens is that the colors, they are blended together. You can see the purple, but it's not super blended. You still see some streaks of red and purple, and it looks really cool that way. And as I go to the sides, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add more of the blue. It's gonna be more blue than purple. I want the purple to be more in the center. A little bit of water to me. So it's gonna, but if you wanna make it a gradual fade, so it's not so blue, you can add a little bit of that red. So then you gradually go into it. Purple. If you have purple pre-made, use that. I just want you to get used to mixing colors. It's a fun part of learning how to paint. Let's go up and down. I will do the same on the other side. Let's get some blue, a little bit of red. Sometimes when it's too dark, just add a little bit of white. And a know what? I think I need more blue on this side. You just be the judge what you need more of. And right here where both colors meet needs to be a little bit lighter so they match. You want to be able to have a gradual fade. Sometimes what you can do is just clean your brush off and just have a little bit of water in your canvas, or your paper already has the paint. So all you do is just go over like this and the colors will blend. All right, I'm happy with this. That's good. Now I'm going to go into, let's do the rock or the mountain, okay? And I'm gonna make it dark. So I'll get some black and I'm going to just outline. Now this rock can be a little bit bumpy, doesn't have to be super smooth. So just outline. You can go over the tree, don't worry about it. You did it once, you can do it again. You know where the tree is gonna go, and that's what matters. All of this you can just paint it black. Don't worry about it. We're just blocking the areas. There you go. Painted this whole thing black. Now I'm going to paint the other side. And this can be a little funky, a little different. So paint these two rocks. Up and down, all around. There you go. That's it, that's your rock, okay? What you're gonna do now, we're going to clean this up a little bit, clean it up, and make sure that the black is fully dry. I'm gonna get some yellow and blue to make green. You see, I have green over here. Let me see, I think mine is still drying. Just blowing a little bit on it. Okay, if yours is dry, all that I want you to do is just pretty much dab, 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 dab on top, little, and then on the other side too. Just dab. It's going to show some, but not much, and it's okay. So you're just adding a little highlight. And you know what? I want to make this side just a little more yellow in some areas. So just want to highlight the rock and have fun with it. Just dab. See how I'm not necessarily covering the whole thing. I'm just dabbing, creating some texture. Texture looks like it's bumpy instead of being super smooth. And I did mostly the top. Now the bottom here, we're going to pretend that this is land and it's flat surface. And I want you to make a line right here. Okay, and then just dab it like that, just dab. So now we can, oh okay, maybe something can grow over here. Let's see. Okay, very nice. What I'm going to do is clean my brush completely. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. And you don't want any of that black in it. And now I'm going to paint the water. I'll get some blue. My water is going to be blue. I add a little bit of white to it because I don't want it to be too dark. And right here, not all the way on top, just about here, start painting up and down. Just pull that blue down. You're going to start seeing the water until you get to the bottom of the rocks, which is about here. It's going to be going up and down. When you get to the bottom, you're now going to be painting side to side because the water now, it dropped and now it's flowing in the lake or in the, wherever this is. It's going to be flowing side to side now. So you make your stroke go side to side. See? Side to side, side to side. I like to sing along so I am reminded to stay side to side. Just keep painting side to side. And not go like this at an angle or up and down. Side to side. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of action to this water. It looks too simple. So right here where the water crashed on the you're going to dab. You're going to make it look like a splash. You know how waterfalls do. They crash, they fall, and then they make a splash. So here you just dab, 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 dab. Right where the rocks meet. And then you're going to go side to side again with that white. See? Side to side again. But don't do it everywhere. Just make little lines. You want just a few streaks. Some stronger than others. And then from here you have to follow the stroke up and down. So go with some white. Make it look like the water's just falling down. See? And very lightly. You don't have, it can look like a dry brush. You still have to show through some of that blue. So very lightly. And you know what I want to do? I want to make this crash a little more intense. So what I'm going to do is actually get more white, just pure white, and dab it in some more areas. And it can be funky, it doesn't have to be straight. I feel like mine is too straight. It goes, it falls, and it splashes. Okay. And I'll probably just do it one more time for an extra highlight. Every time you highlight, you want to do less and less of it. You don't want to go the same amount, otherwise everything's going to turn into white. And then, as you can see, I'm just using the side of the brush, but you know what I'll do? I use this tiny brush here because you know what happened? The waterfall started branching out some little waterfalls on the side. Sometimes it does that. It has a strong waterfall, and then sometimes there's like little ones that try to come out. See, and then let's pretend that that's coming from the sides here. It's just kind of getting thinner. Just an idea, okay? Alright, I think I like it, yeah. So one more splashing here with the smaller brush. There you go. Pretty cool. Okay, what I'll do is, since I have the smaller brush and I have my white, I'm going to now try to find that circle. If you can't find where you drew that circle, you can either draw it again and use that quarter like I said, or you can just eyeball it. Now I see where my circle is, and I'm gonna paint it white. I'll paint it white first. There we go. Okay, and I'll now get a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit of yellow. And then put on top of that white. That, you know what, this looks like the moon to me. It does not look like the sun. Make this the moon. Okay. Like it so far. Now let's go into the tree. We're gonna paint the tree. Remember, the tree was here. It's probably already covered because the black really covers everything. But we can do it again. Grab that small brush and now bring the tree all the way up with using black. Just plain black. Make the tree trunk. Try to make the bottom a little bit thicker than the top. Right? And then you can even add roots. Okay, let's pretend the roots is going and it's very attached to the ground. Alright, we have some roots here. And now we have to make branches. We're going to make one branch going all the way up. And then here, one going all the way to the side. And then one going to this side. It's going to almost frame the moon. See? And I'll make this one going down here. Ooh, that looks cool. I'll add a little branch coming out here, another one here, maybe one here, and one here. I think we have enough branches. Okay, make sure that you thin out the ends of the branches. You don't want it to be too thick towards the end, even though we're gonna add some flowers, so I guess it's okay. Okay, we gotta highlight this branch, this tree, because it's too dark. We can't see where it is. So I'm going to get some yellow and white. Just yellow and white. And a little more yellow. And I still have some black on my, I tried to clean, but there was still some black on my brush, but that's okay. Make sure that your tree is fully dry. And now just highlight, and I mean just to give it a little, some streaks on the top of the branches, on the side of the tree. Let's choose this right side where, you know, see the light is hitting on this side, so it's going to be the brightest side. But you can still add a few over here, and you can highlight some of the roots too. Still add a few over here. We'll make the right side of the tree the brightest. Okay, highlight. All I'm making are lines, and I'm calling them highlights. It's giving a little more movement and dimension to my tree. Okay, I almost feel like I need a little highlight on top of this rock. It looks too dark. If you want to do that with that same color, just do a few strokes, a little dabbing, just up the top here of the rocks. Yeah, it looks, so, you know, acrylic paint dries dark. When it's fully dry, it's darker than it was before. So sometimes you have to go back. Okay, I think I need one more color in this painting to make it pop, and I'm going to pick red. And it's going to be for my flowers on this tree. So at the end of every branch, I'm gonna dab, 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 dab some flowers. So get some red and just dab. Dab, 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 dab. There you go. I'll dab some here. Just dab, 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 dab. Just have fun with it. You're painting. Isn't painting fun? It's super fun. It makes you express yourself and create a new world. Look, I wish I was here in this little painting, but I'm creating my own world. And to highlight, you know, I love to highlight those flowers. I'm just gonna get some white. I mixed it with a little bit of red again, just so it's more of a pink. It's not super white. And I'm gonna go over that, not as much as I did the pink, okay? Highlights should be less than the other color, because you still wanna show through some of that red. So you just dab over it. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Make little dots. Dab, 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 dab. There you go. Should we make any more? What do you think? You know what we can do? I think I'm just gonna add a few little green spots. I still have some of that green that I mixed. Just add some greens here and there. Just to pretend they're leaves, kind of hidden. Not much, I'm just gonna do a few here and there. Just making some. I want it to be mostly of that red. And just be careful not to over dab, because what's going to happen is it's going to mix with the red and it's not going to turn into a pretty color. Just want to put a few dabs. All right, I like that. I think it's pretty cool. And you know what? Let's add some green to the ground here. How about that? A little joy. Got to make more green. If you have your green, perfect. Just use what you got. I'm gonna add some green here. Yeah, the tree was kind of lonely. It needed some friends. A little moss or something to the ground. Dab it. I'll add some yellow. If I add one color, I always gotta add another one to make it pop. Okay, pretty cool. All right, what do you think? Are you liking it so far? I'm just gonna highlight this again. Sorry, mine got really dark. Okay. All right. Yay! I love it. I love it. This looks pretty cool. I think I'm pretty much done. Yeah, well, let's call it a day. Very nice. Thanks for joining with me today. See you again tomorrow.
Thanks for painting with me. I would love to see what you did. So how about you take a picture of your painting and post it on the Spotty Dotty Show Facebook page so I can see it and so you can be entered to win the Stay Creative Art